Hey guys, this week on the Iron Skillet podcast, we talk about Missy Elliot, how she won the Vanguard Award. We also cover Jay-Z, his new deal with the NFL, and we discuss comedy. So if you have sensitive ears, this is your forewarning. You can check us out at You can check us out at tclimpstudiosllc.com, or you can find our videos at tclimptv.com. Also, we're on Tidal, Apple, and Spotify. Go check us out if you'd like to stream our podcast. Thanks for the love, guys.
I saw Dave Chappelle's stand-up was dropping, and it really made me think about two things. And one of the first things was that like so many people are like getting up in arms about like comedians and their acts lately, and like people are really getting blackballed. Like certain like comedians are getting like pushed off of networks and stuff like that. And I feel like that was never the case back in the 90s when people were doing stand-up, like with Eddie Murphy and Bertie Mac and like all these other like classic iconic comedians from back in the day. They could say anything they wanted, and no one was gonna judge them because like it was that was your arena to kind of to go there. I feel like that's not the case anymore. I kind of want to get your thoughts, and I know you watched the Dave Chappelle.
I did watch it, and I liked it. I'm a Dave Chappelle fan, so I definitely liked it, and I understood everything he was saying on a secular level. But as far as you were saying, like everybody's got their panties in a bunch, has been happening for like 10 years now. You know, anytime somebody talks about something that makes a certain community feel uncomfortable, then they unite and they, go head on towards something, because I think it's a miscommunication on both sides, you know what I'm saying? These people are preaching, you don't understand us, and then Dave Chappelle is like being himself, like, you don't understand me either, like, you know what I'm saying? This is comedy, this is what it's for, you get what I'm saying? Like,
I agree, man.
Yeah.
So I think people just need to be more open-minded and accept other people's opinions, because ultimately that's all he's doing is giving people his fucking opinion. When did it become a crime to give somebody your opinion in the form of comedy? You know what I'm saying?
Now,
Yeah.
I mean, definitely.
Yeah. Dude, it's wild. It's wild because like it's just I feel like it's too much. It's too sensitive. Like everyone's I don't know, like, cuz in my mind if it's comedy, like if you say something, unless you're being like hateful, like you're really trying to, I can tell that you're coming at me because you're trying to hurt my feelings. Like I'm not gonna get in, like feel any type of way about it. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Because it's comedy. It's a part of like what the art of it is. You know what I mean?
I guess it kind of like based on like it's kind of like everybody, like if you go out for Little League football, like everybody gets a trophy. Like nah, it's like you don't, because like I don't know. I feel like sometimes, man, it's kind of different. It's kind of like everybody's like think they're entitled to something. Like if I'm going out for something, man, it's like if I don't perform well, if I didn't like practice enough, like I shouldn't get a trophy. I should not get a trophy. You know what I'm saying? And like like next year, like try harder, buddy. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Like,
it's definitely not
be.
that. Yeah.
And like just with like comedy is like just because like I feel a certain way doesn't mean like, especially comedy. It's not like I'm sitting here, I'm trying to be like a congressman or something.
Yeah,
like that,
exactly.
I mean? You're coming to see comedy. We're here to laugh. You know
Exactly.
We're here making fun of everyone. You
Exactly.
Know what I'm
I
saying?
need your vote.
Yeah.
Spanish people, Mexican, anything.
Everybody.
Man. Like everyone's getting made fun of, man.
Exactly.
Like who are these people? Who are the people that are actually getting mad about it?
I mean,
society is raising like sissies. Is how I put it.
Yeah.
Sissies.
Boom. I heard I even heard something like, I know Store watches Stranger Things.
Yep.
People were bitching about how many cigarettes they smoke on Stranger Things.
Oh yeah, I seen that
Get
article.
out of my face.
They're like, next season we're gonna stop smoking so many cigarettes on the camera.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
Because somebody was bitching about it.
I love
my
cigarettes.
God.
People just want
Take
people
my
just want
favorite
something
thing
to
out.
bitch about. That's all it is.
Yeah, dude. It's
It
just
really is.
it's insane to me. Like I don't know. I've heard a couple other people bring it up, but the fact that Dave Chappelle was about to drop his, and I knew he wasn't holding back. That was
No, it
one
never
person
does.
that, like, in the face of all of that, I knew he was not gonna like bite his tongue.
Right.
So I was kind of on the edge of my seat to see like what he was gonna say, and I'm glad that he did his thing. You know what I'm saying? Because if he didn't, then it wouldn't be truly like
It would be Dave Chappelle.
exactly like I don't know.
I don't know how old the actual stand-up itself was, but it would have been really cool for him to, because he usually puts world events in there
Yeah.
to talk about like the Amazon fire, bro, because he's for shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've got all these things going on, and people are mad at other people because of the way they live in the community that are represented by them. But that's not the problem. You know what I'm saying? We just need more people to tell other people that these small things are not the issue, bro. Like, if we really united with your community, our community, and everybody else who is so different, things would be a much better place. Like, I don't know.
Dude. I mean, I agree with you.
100%.
Another thing that kind of on the tails of that came to me was because Pete Davidson was getting a bunch of backlash.
Yep.
For the, no offense, but like he said, like he was going off because he was mad people were filming his live show and posting it to social media because he's like doing a tour, right?
Right.
So he's like, you guys are posting my jokes so that when other people come to see me, it's not a real show because they already know like the punchlines of everything. It's not the same thing as like a music event. So he was like, stop being retarded. Like he said that. Oh my gosh, it was all, you know. And like he says so many things in that sentence, so many other things that
Like
people.
super rude. I
Yes.
didn't hear about this one yet.
Oh my gosh, that could have been just taken so wrong, and that was the thing that people blew up about. And that
There's a
was-
lot of things like older folks, you know what I'm saying, like maybe like the new age people, you know what I'm saying, they take offense to like certain like, you know, lingo that people talk. But
Yeah.
like even back in the day, like in the 80s, and somebody said, you know, fag, it wasn't
Yeah.
like
People
'cause
didn't
you
get
were a
mad.
faggot or you were gay or something. It wasn't like that. It was just like
A
you're
term.
weird, you're dumb. Or you know what I'm saying, it was kind of like it didn't mean that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So maybe I don't know.
Things are changing.
I mean, I guess. I mean, for the wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't.
It's wild.
That reminds me, one time I did get corrected when I was much younger. I was a teenager. And you've heard people use stupid in the context like, you're stupid. You know what I'm saying?
As a joke, yeah.
Motherfucker got so mad at me, bro. He was like, you think I'm stupid? I was
Like, whoa.
Listen, bro, we come from two different sides of the town. I don't know
Yeah.
what your side of the town's like,
I
but
can
we
say-
use that over here.
Stupid side.
Yeah.
The stupid side, baby.
Yeah.
North side, VA, all of that. Winchester in the house.
Yeah.
Dude.
Bitch.
It's crazy. It's crazy though,
It is
and
crazy.
like I honestly thought it was cool. I mean, the about taking the phones. Like Kevin Hart does that now. Dave Chappelle does that. Like he was testing and running this skit that he did or live performance like at venues, and he would take everyone's phone and lock them up because he didn't want people filming it and releasing it before the ad actually dropped. So like. I don't know. I kind of wanted to get your guys' thoughts on that because I never really. At first, I was like, "Why are they mad about them filming the show? They're excited to be there." But then I realized, like, oh, then every other person that sees it is gonna
Right.
already know.
I mean,
all
be
the-
mad at Android
Yeah.
and iPhone. The people that actually put it out, you know what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
software that makes it happen like that,
Yeah.
man.
This is what you buy those phones for, to go to events
Thank
like
you,
that
that's-
and use like.
Yeah.
Right. $800 here, what you get, man.
Yeah.
I can see
get
the confliction on both sides though. As a consumer, I'd be really pissed, but if I were like a celebrity and I were doing it, like from the point that what's his name made? What is his
Yeah.
name?
Pete Davidson.
Pete Davidson.
Yeah.
F that guy. I'm just playing. But with the point that he made, like, in the world that we do live into today, if you're posting my content, like, and people are gonna see it and they're not gonna be funny, what's the point? Nobody's gonna buy tickets to my show because they can just
Right.
stream it online.
Exactly.
For free on Instagram.
That's kind of like when royalty streaming platforms first came about. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Like, it was a hard transition for a lot of artists. Imagine like scrambling to get all your shit on those fucking streaming platforms, but people still had it downloaded illegally from LimeWire, had bootleg CDs and all types of other shit. So
Yeah. It's definitely.
It's a sticky
LimeWire, I
situation.
haven't heard
Yeah.
that in a long time.
Right. It's a throwback. It's a
It
throwback.
is, yeah.
crashed every computer in
Yeah,
America.
thank you, man.
Right.
Couple of mine.
I think part of the problem is people just live behind their phones. You know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
true,
like
too.
the old school text message to me is like, not gonna, hey, what's up, man? You
Yeah.
wanna do something like that?
Uh-huh.
It wasn't just like, you know, like
Yeah.
people just ain't social no more. Like,
Yeah.
I don't get it, man. It's
Dude.
like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay because you know what I'm saying, it's fast and it's convenient, but like, I don't know, man. Like, just out in the public, like doing things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I go fishing a lot. You know what I mean? I go on my boat. Like,
I
people
feel
were
you.
like, they'll talk about fishing or they'll post memes about fishing,
But
probably
they
never been
don't
fishing.
go,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
It's so weird. It's like, you know, everybody's like, the reality of it is like, it's just not
So
reality.
separated,
It's
but,
not
but it
reality.
is reality to them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To me, it's not, man.
Dude, yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
It's crazy. People get anxiety about making phone calls now. Like,
I
no,
get
no,
anxiety
no.
when
yeah.
my phone rings.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I get it too. I'm like, why's my phone ringing?
Who is this?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like, I don't want to
Why
talk
are you
on
not?
the phone.
Why are you
Is
not
it-
texting me?
Yeah, exactly.
3 people who are calling me, right? It's the CIA,
Man,
the devil, or my mom, and I'm afraid of all 3 of those.
mom's probably the worst one.
Yeah, bro.
Like, oh, what's
Yes.
going on?
What did I do 7 years ago that she's gonna yell at me today about?
I feel you.
Dope.
Nah, I definitely, I don't know. The climate's changing, so I guess people are just going to have to adapt.
I wanted to say too, like we were talking about on the last podcast, people don't even know what they're mad about or why they're mad. They just see other people are mad, and we just have this conformity mindset where it's like, man, these people are mad. I fucking must be
Just
mad
jump
too.
on the wagon and
Yeah.
roll. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
It's
crazy,
like
man.
just free think, base your own opinions. You know what I'm saying? If you like somebody, like them. Not because
People don't have
7
their own-
people on your Facebook are mad at them. Don't be fucking mad at them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Grow
People
the
don't
hell
have
up.
their own mindset no more. You know, it's just like jumping off like what she says or he
Yeah.
says.
It's craziness. It's craziness. Well, everybody watch the Dave Chappelle stand-up. Let us know what
Do
you
that.
thought in the comments, because I haven't seen it yet. I'll probably throw some comments down there by the time this posts and tell y'all what I thought about it, and it's going to be lit.
All right, guys, welcome back. So, at any rate, as we were just saying, people being mad for no reason. Shatora brought up to our attention what Jay-Z has done with the NFL, and I think that's a really cool topic. Following up what we just previously talked about, go ahead and set it off, Shatora. What do you got in your notes?
I don't know. So the way this came to me was like I was at a family friend's birthday, and somebody there was like, "So what do you think about Jay-Z? Because my whole family is like so mad at him." And I was like, "For partnering with the NFL, why is everyone mad? And then I started digging into it, and people were really coming for his neck, pretty much saying like, because he partnered with the NFL, like he's pretty much turning his back on like the whole social injustice movement that was started with the kneeling thing. And
How you turn your back on that if you're part of it?
that's exactly, look, that is how my brain works. But
Yeah.
people will think like, oh, so now you're one of them. That's pretty much how they think. Like now you're on their side. Now you're one of them because
What side
you.
is that?
Which that's a great.
Exactly.
I'm curious, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you.
I don't know.
But like, so Charlemagne, of course, Charlemagne.
Here we
Look,
go.
Travis's
Wow.
face. Travis just goes. But they had a press conference and people were asking him questions, and he pretty much was like, "Black people want to know like this whole social injustice movement. Like they want to know why you're partnering with the NFL when people are like not being hired because they're standing for blah blah blah." And he was like, "Listen," he's like, "I am for the social injustice movement." He's like,
Exactly.
"I'm with you." He's like, "But the thing is, we knelt." He's like, "There was a time to kneel," and he's like, "And that time is over." He's like, "And now there's a time to do something about it." He's like, "It's time to stop protesting and time to start taking action." And I was like, "Dang, he just deaded everybody." In my
Jay-Z's
opinion.
a smart man, bro.
Oh yeah, like
I think
Yeah.
it goes back. Go ahead, Trav.
Like you probably watched the same thing that I watched, and he was like, people were like, but Colin Kaepernick doesn't have a job, and he's like, this isn't about Colin Kaepernick having a job.
yeah.
That came after the kneeling, and now
Yeah.
we're past that. So
Why are we bringing
why are we
that
talking?
into it?
Why are we talking about Colin Kaepernick not having a job? This is not what that's about.
At
Yeah.
all.
Which makes
Now-
a whole lot of sense.
Yeah.
It should all blow over in a couple of weeks.
And-
Yeah, as soon as he puts on the first, the next Super Bowl halftime show, and people lose their minds over how good it is.
Oh my God, because we
They'll
haven't had a
forget
good
all
one in
about it.
so many fucking
You know?
years.
Yeah.
Which I think this just goes back to the fucking lack of understanding of certain things with society. You know what I'm saying? People get really afraid of things they don't understand. They can't wrap their heads around it, so they fucking lash out in ways that they only know how to. To discredit Jay-Z on what he's doing now, and to discredit him on all the good he's done recently, even in the last year. Like, look at how many people he's fucking helped out, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? From other rap artists and just anybody, you know what I'm saying? He always lends a fucking hand. So I think it's really childish of people to get
be
mad
like
at him.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's petty.
What I also brought up too is like you're never gonna be able to change that situation from the outside.
Exactly.
You have to have a
Infiltrate.
seat at the table
Yeah.
to have a voice to make a change. So like, and that's what blew my mind. I was like, dude, he's doing this to be able to have a voice
He's
that
using
matters.
like the biggest platform in the United States
exactly.
to make a change, and people just don't understand that.
It's
so
crazy.
smart.
But also, he's making money.
He is making money. I'm sure he's making a lot of money, but
Just Remember a couple years ago, P. Diddy tried to do the same thing?
Yeah.
You don't remember that?
No, I don't remember that. What happened?
P. Diddy tried to do the same thing, and they basically like laughed in P.
Well, he
Diddy's
tried to
face,
buy a
like-
team, didn't he?
Yeah, he tried to buy a team, which
Oh.
was on a much smaller scale, but I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Jay-Z just came in and was like,
I mean,
like,
Jay-Z, motherfucker.
like, let me in
Big
here.
money.
Yeah. Dude, that's crazy.
I don't know.
I mean, and honestly, like that's a huge disruption. Like if let's say like this happens with Jay-Z, let's say 5 years from now, P. Diddy does own a team. That's
then
shaking.
everybody's eating.
Oh, that's
You think it's
shaking.
gonna be bad?
No, I think it's gonna be good. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
that's shaking everything up. It's like you can't just have one-sided opinion and just, you know.
Because that's what it was, too. It was like, applying for an interview and then you don't get the job based on qualifications or race. I mean, obviously qualifications, but just stereotypes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They didn't let P. Diddy get it because they were like, what do you know about football?
Right.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
You're a rapper. Stay in your lane.
Like
yeah,
the
yeah.
stereotype for like NFL owners is like you gotta have your steak in oil, and you gotta be white, you gotta be old.
You gotta be old.
And you gotta be fat, probably.
Yeah. A little overweight, just a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, they eating good. They eating good, man.
Dude, but yeah, I'm excited to see like 5 years from now, like
Holy
what
smokes.
you know what I'm saying, like what this whole move, this little, it's like you're playing chess, you know what I'm saying? What is this little move that, in the face of it, everyone's being so mad, but after the fact, they'll all be like, oh my gosh, like celebrating him for doing that.
He's literally a genius. He's a genius of our world. And you saying that a lot of people today have short-term mindsets, and the people who have long-term mindsets are going to be the one who really help and aid to the world, and how corrupt it's been and help try to fix it. So I definitely agree with what he's doing. That was really cool how you said it's a small chess move, but
Yeah.
towards a much bigger goal.
Definitely. So I'm excited to see where that goes. I'm excited to see, I mean, this is literally moving away from the whole seriousness of the topic, but also he's definitely trying to like change up the entertainment climate of the whole entire thing. He's trying to add a series with like weekly song drops and make mini series based off of like the teams and stuff. Like he's really trying to change the content in the NFL too.
That's dope.
Which is going to be lit. I know it's going to be lit. I don't even, no offense, I don't watch football. I know everyone's like, oh.
I don't either,
I
really.
watch sports
I'm not-
all day at my
yeah.
job. I'm not trying to come
The
home and
Giants
watch
ain't
sports.
winning. I'm not watching. So, yeah.
But I feel like it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be real exciting.
I definitely agree. I just don't want to, like you said, 5 years down the road, you just see Beyonce every
Oh
year.
God, no!
Like, I'm tired of this.
Like I love Beyonce,
It's like an
but
episode of The Twilight Zone.
yeah, like you're just feeding.
On loop, just Beyonce every year.
You're like, oh God.
And she finally comes out after like in 2077, and she's like wrinkly as fuck. If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. And
Oh
like her
my
arm
God.
falls off.
You leave it with him?
You're wrong, bro.
Oh my God. Yes, it's gonna be good stuff. It's gonna be good
Epic,
stuff. Definitely gonna look into it. Well, bringing it back. Shout out to Brandon. I wish he
Whoop.
could be here.
No, we
Throw
don't.
some whoops out for
Whoop.
him.
It's fucking with you, Brandon.
Oh gosh, we love you. But
Glad
Speaking-
Brett could be here. Oh,
Yeah.
wait,
Thanks
he's
for
not
being here, Brett.
thanks, Brett. We love you. We love you too. Speaking of other really dope artists from Virginia, other than those two, we also have another one, Missy Elliot, that just won Video Vanguard Award of the Year, and I think that she totally deserves that. Like, I remember when I was watching one of them in the past, I was like, dang, Missy could be on the roster for this, just because her videos are just off the chain.
All the time.
Oh yeah, and I don't know how much you guys like know about her story, but she's an ill artist from Virginia. Got her start in an R&B group, and then she was telling this story in an interview where her first feature ever, like on a song that was dropping nationwide, she was on the song, right? They shot her in the video. And then they also shot another like skinnier person, and when the video dropped, her voice was playing, and it was the other girl singing her part,
That's fucked up.
right?
That would like diminish her character, bro.
Dude, yeah.
Her ego.
She said they like crushed her. She was like, I was just like, I don't know if this shit's for me. But she was like, whatever. I just kept writing. I was writing for a lot of artists, and then she started collaborating with other people like Timberland. You know what I mean? Started dropping her own stuff, and she came up with her own lane. You know what I'm saying?
Totally did.
And she is like, what I love about Missy is that you can't compare her to anybody else. Who could you say that Missy Elliott is like blank?
Nobody.
Exactly. Which is why I'm like, maybe that had to happen, you know? Like, for you to develop your own style and your own swag, because you can't put her in the same category as anybody else. Like, I don't know anyone else that's like her.
Yeah, no comparison.
Dude.
But definitely, like what you were saying, through adversity and hardships definitely makes you stronger. So I don't know if it was in order to do that, maybe the industry's just fucking whacked out.
Yeah, it's
When you
crazy.
said that, I was like, she obviously signed to a label, which there weren't too many options. It was way harder to do it independent
Yeah.
back in the day. But it sucks she had
Probably
to go
near
through
impossible without
Oh, yeah.
social media and stuff to go
Totally.
independent back then.
that. I don't know anybody who was independent. Like,
Back in that time,
Yeah,
I don't
when I
think it
was
was
listening.
possible. Equipment, all that was probably so much more expensive. Like,
Yeah, I mean, pretty much like a lot of underground cats, you know what I'm saying? But like they weren't like popping, like they weren't
Big.
mainstream like that, you know?
yeah, I feel you. I feel you.
Yeah.
Some of her videos, I don't know how many of you guys know, but like, just Super Duper Fly is the first one that I think of, and it's probably the first one that everyone thinks of. And it's like, exactly, you automatically start, I
The weirdest
can't
beat,
stand
man.
the
It's like,
rain.
yeah.
Yeah, dude.
All the like, it was like the motions
Yeah.
were so weird, like
Dude, yeah.
real glitchy.
Exactly.
It was like, I liked it, yeah.
And what I thought was dope was she took that image. I feel like the big suit that you see is like her pretty much making fun of them trying to box her out because of her weight.
Right.
Because she's wearing this big trash bag and it's blowing around. She's like a shower cap and some sunglasses on. And it's just
like look like Outkast.
yeah, dude. I feel like
Right.
they're like, yo, you want to try to like box me out because of my weight? Like, I'm going to make this cool, or I'm going to make people look at me. I'm going to make people see me, you know?
And since then, I've seen multiple people do stuff like that, you know?
Oh, yeah, biting it to the death. And like, she just always, Missy doesn't drop a video and just like, as a throwaway. Like, okay, this is just a performance shot video or something random. Every time she drops a video, something wild is happening on camera. Like her head's floating, or like she's got a bunch of like dancers in there, and I don't know. It's like she always does stuff visually that's super intriguing, and I feel like I don't see as much of that anymore with the art of like making music
No.
videos.
Definitely not.
There's a select few people who really do that, and you can tell that the artists themselves actually direct their video because they care about art in itself.
Yeah.
Like a handful of people I can name right now, A$AP Rocky is definitely always kills it with music videos.
Joiner.
Joiner,
Lucas
yeah.
always kills it with music videos. Missy, and I can't really think of too many other people.
Like off the top, right?
Off the top, I can't do it.
Dude, she has a new song out called "Throw It Back," and it's like, yeah, it's lit, and it's like she's pretty much the hook is super simple, and in the verse she's pretty much kind of like telling people, sunning them like, yo, I did this, like, don't try to come at me, don't like overlook me, and the craziest thing is like, Tiana Taylor's like in it, and this little girl like walks into this museum, and they're like looking around. It's this white museum with all these Missy Elliot things, like videos, you know, pictures of her videos, and they're all like looking around, and Tiana Taylor comes up, and they're like, do you know where you are? And the little girl's like, no. She's like, you are in the Hall of Missy. And then she goes to this door, and it's like into this whole new world, and literally she has these long ass braids, and these girls at the end of them are turning them like jump ropes, and there's
Right,
girls
with the
doing
Dutch and
double
shit,
dutch.
yeah.
I saw
That's
that, and I was
yeah.
like, mind blown.
Fucking Missy is super cool. Man.
How do you even think of that, dude?
Do you know like any of the directors that direct her videos, or does she do a lot of it? Not
I
sure.
don't know, but I feel like she has to have such a heavy hand in it because
Right.
every video's the same kind of style.
Right. Yeah, they're never like you can tell. It's a
Yeah.
Missy video. Even if she wasn't in the video and her song wasn't there, you could tell it was a Missy video.
Oh yeah.
So is
'cause
it always a different director? Like, so they kind of like they got like coerce him, like, hey, this is what I want, not like what your vision is. Like, because
I
it is, like
imagine.
you say, man, it's pretty much the same. Like her same
Yeah.
style of like, she's really glitchy. It's like
Oh,
blown
yeah.
out, like distorted
Yep.
visions. Yeah, man, it's kind of weird. So
it's
like,
the same.
yeah. So is it y'all know if it's the same
I'm
director?
not sure.
I'm not sure. I doubt it. I don't think the same.
Probably
person
not, but a good director can like look at previous work and like kinda
Right.
mimic
mimic it. Yeah.
Got you. Yeah.
She's in this new video. This girl named Lizzo. My brother put me onto this
Who is
girl.
she?
She's from Ohio. She's a female rapper
I've
from
only heard
Ohio.
the one song. It's on
The-
the radio.
The new one.
Was it Truth or something?
Yeah.
How's it go?
She's like, I am 100% that. I don't know. I don't only know the beginning of it, but I don't know
I
the
just
chorus.
took a DNA test. Turns out
That's
I'm
that girl?
100%.
Oh, the bigger
yeah,
girl, the one
yeah,
from the.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I got you.
She's-
I got you.
Kills
Yeah.
that song.
Dude,
Oh, she
yeah,
does, man.
Lizzo.
Yeah.
And so basically, Missy's featured on it, and you can tell, like, it's another video where, like, the colors, and as soon as Missy's part comes up, it's not like she's just freaking stepping into the camera. The trunk of this decked out old school car pops up, and her head's floating, and she's just like, blah, 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 like, rapping. And then everyone's like, oh, it's Missy Elliot. It's so crazy. Like, she, I think stuff like that is, like, iconic. Like, you know?
Definitely underappreciated also.
Oh, man.
Did you happen to look up a list of like who else has won that award?
I know Justin Timberlake won it. I know Janet Jackson won it because I think those were the last two that I remember. Chris Brown, actually I want to say Chris Brown. I don't know if that's true or not. But
Has
I know
Busta ever won it? I feel like Busta Rhymes should get one of them.
you're right.
Totally should.
Hands where my eyes can see. That
All his
video is
videos are-
crazy.
And his video style kind of does remind me of Missy's a little bit. You know?
They do. Like he's
yeah.
like running down the like
Yeah.
it's a little
Like real
I don't want to say
rugged.
midgets, so I gotta say like
Smaller
smaller
people.
little person.
sorry,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
trying to be politically correct.
I feel
PR.
you.
Sorry, yeah,
I feel
sorry, man.
I feel you.
Podcast.
All
He said what we
right.
want.
Awesome.
Fun shit.
But yeah, he should have one. Can you guys think of? I mean, you said ASAP. I agree with that. ASAP's pretty.
Katy Perry, man. I've really
Oh,
been
yeah.
appreciating Katy Perry's music videos for like the
They're
past
really-
month.
Yeah.
They're really good.
Super depthy. If you ever like, it's so scripted. She has a like, it takes you to a land. Like basically, like she'll take you to another dimension in every single.
There's
video.
also so much money in those videos.
Oh
too,
yeah, you
like-
can tell like one video.
Production, yeah, it's
Yeah.
like it's crazy. I'm
That's
not a
why-
big fan of Katy Perry. Like I don't think she's like a great singer at all, but like visually,
Mhm.
like when I see her videos, man, I'm like, ooh, yeah.
She's
Yeah.
I appreciate
she's
yeah.
lit. She's
yeah.
lit.
I appreciate it, man.
She really is.
That's
Yeah.
Then you
Travis.
gotta give the props to the people who don't have that much money in their videos and they could still deserve that award.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
ASAP.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
he'll go out in the street and shoot a video.
But it's
and-
got those sick effects on it. You
Yeah.
know, he was behind it. Like, yo, I need this here.
And
Right.
Joyner, like, his videos, like, what was the one in the church?
Oh, the newest one. I know exactly what you're talking about.
What was it called? ADHD?
That's the album. It might have been. I don't know if that was the name of the track, but it's his most recent
Talking
video.
about the one where he's walking with all the people in the streets.
No, he's in a church, and there's all these people in the coffin.
Yeah.
All these different
Like,
like
all the different pictures. Damn, what was that
of
song called?
people.
But that literally was, he just shot the whole thing in a church. It probably cost $500 to shoot that video, other than like the camera equipment. But you know,
Mhm.
Yeah, it's funny
that
because
shit's
like
wild.
it's funny because like after the fact, it's a super controversial video. Like
Yeah.
people got all up in arms once again, but like after the fact, the church tried to be like, "Oh, we don't support any of this, da da da," and he's like, we didn't know he was gonna be drinking in there, and they asked, and Joyner was like, don't let them play you. He's like, all I gotta say is I paid my money to get my video shot, and it's shot, and it's. I was like, oh snap.
It's always something, man.
Yeah, for sure. But nah, Joyner, 100% always kills it with the videos. Yeah, I just think, dude, she made her own lane. She was one of the female artists that gave me hope because I knew I was never like. There were certain people that I couldn't relate to. Like I was like, I'm never gonna be this. But Missy was completely like herself, had her own style. She wasn't talking about nothing crazy, but she was still super, super ill. So shout out to her. Gave me lots of inspiration back in the day.
Big shout out, Missy.
I
sure.
think Virginia's got a thing for music videos.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Missy, NERD,
yeah.
all their videos.
T Clem.
T Clem.
Yeah.
T. Clem,
Chris
forget T.
Brown's
Clem.
videos.
Chris Brown. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. It's
Who else is
crazy.
from VA?
Oh, artist wise,
T.
Pusha
Yeah.
T.
Yeah.
Pusha T has some pretty cool, weird music videos when he's not talking about dealing cocaine for Escobar.
Yeah, it's pretty much like
He's
80%.
definitely-
He's
of
like
it is-
one lane.
He's
Yeah.
talking about God and the
Yeah.
devil.
You're
like no in between.
Right,
yeah,
man.
I feel you.
Like,
I feel
here
you.
comes the boatload.
Like dang.
Every song, bro.
I
he
know.
says
That's
that.
just I know, man. I love
fuck with
that.
Pusha, though.
That guy's he's great, man.
Clips.
Super talented.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I don't know about any other. I can't think off the top of my head of any other artists that. And I know I'm gonna. As soon as we get done with this, I'm gonna think of somebody and be like, "Dang it,
Trey
From
Songz.
Virginia.
Trey Songz."
Trey Songz.
from VA.
Chris Brown.
Lots of people representing
Timbaland
from VA.
himself, but Timbaland's just a producer, right?
Yeah.
So,
Lots of craziness, man. Shout out to all the talented Virginia artists in this room and outside of this room in the world.
hey,
Shout out to Missy. Congrats on your award. You deserve it. We're sitting here with the man, the myth, the legend, Twin Loopz.
So they say.
To me, that is. I don't
Hey.
know if you remember this. I'm gonna start this off with like some. I don't know if you remember this, but the first song I ever recorded in my entire life, you recorded it. My mom brought me to your house, and I had to stand on a freaking milk crate, like a Gallagher's milk crate, because I could not reach the
Right. I
microphone.
probably had to take the records out of it before you
Yeah,
got on it.
exactly.
that's in
Yeah.
a song.
Yeah.
Those lyrics are
Dude,
in a
yeah,
song.
yeah, I talked about that. Yeah, in one of my first songs that I dropped on Spotify. But yeah, so this dude has done so much for me. I don't know that I would even be doing exactly what I'm doing right now if I didn't have your help. So definitely had to bring you on, talk a little
cool.
bit about what
Appreciate
you
it,
know,
man.
how you got into this. So, how did you first get into music? Like all the way back, when did you first start messing around with anything music wise?
Music. I think I was like 12. My mom like bought me some shitty ass guitar and shit. Cause like I
Hey.
think the guy she was dating played
Yeah.
guitar and was like, oh, that's cool. And, like she bought me one. Like
I
kind
feel
of
you.
fiddled with it, and it was like,
Didn't
wasn't
really
me.
like it?
Nah. And then so like it was like 6th grade. I wanted to play drums and stuff like that. We had no money for a drum set, so like I just played a little snare and shit. And then like then 7th grade came up. My mom got her tax money. She's like, I'm gonna buy you a drum set because like I love the drums and stuff like that. So she bought me it, and then like I was dope, and I tried out for jazz band at Ayler.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like my first year, it was kind of cool, man. Like I was like learning because I really don't know much about the drum set. I was like, I just know how to beat on shit. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
I feel
saying?
you.
Like, and, like,
With rhythm.
Your uncle, like Bobby, man. He's like, we played buckets anyways. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we were the bucket guys, man.
Dude, yeah.
So like I played drums for like 7th and 8th grade,
Mm-hmm.
doing jazz. Went to Kings Dominion, Busch Gardens, won a couple awards and stuff like that.
Heck yeah.
And then I don't know, like just drums were just like, and then obviously your uncle Bobby, man, he's he scratched and stuff. I was like, yo, that's just so dope. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't have a turntable. I was like, can I borrow that? You know what I'm saying? Like I returned it like a month later.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like,
I feel
yeah.
you.
So like I would just sit in my room and like just getting at it. You know what I'm saying? And,
Yeah.
Um,
Scratching and all that.
yeah, pretty much just scratching and like buying records. Like that's the thing with me. Like now is like there's a lot of DJs now like you just download music. You know what I'm saying? Like back then you had like I had to leave my house, go to Nutley Street. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Dude, like ride the metro, go to the record spot, like search through records, pick my records out, and then I had to come home, and then that's how I did it. And then like now it's like it's so I'm not saying it's easier because I don't want to like discredit people. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
like, it's it was
Less
just
time,
like it made me feel
probably.
better. Like I was like, man, like I actually like because like I could be like sitting here saying like I want this song, and be like oh, bing, and just download it. But like I had to actually like go do this shit. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
The sense of accomplishment afterwards.
Yeah,
was, like,
yeah,
better.
and it was kind of cool, man. It was, I dug it. You know what I'm saying? Because like I had to go to DuPont Circle. I don't know if y'all familiar. with
Yeah,
DuPont
yeah,
Circle,
yeah.
man. Yeah,
Totally.
there was a Subway. So like upstairs it's called 12-inch records and stuff like that. And like
Subway 12-inch records. No coincidence.
yeah, exactly. Maybe that's the thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like cool. I mean, I guess I like. It's from the guitar to the drums to the turntables and then obviously you know what I'm saying I DJ for like 20 years and I've opened for many big artists and stuff like
Yeah.
DJing wise. Then I got burnt out, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I don't know, man. Like, you just get in a mode. Like, I think, like, when I was playing, it's like I was all about, like, I just wanted to party and drink, and like I was
Have
about
fun.
chasing the cat. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was my thing, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Obviously, you know what I'm saying? It was great. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was good for a 20-year stretch, I would say, man.
Yeah.
And I got burnt out on it.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you. Where in this storyline? So DJing, and that's how I came. Like, that's what you were doing when I ran into you when I was little. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Freaking
yeah.
13-year-old. Like, hey, can you record my song about basketball?
Yeah, you just got out of diapers or something.
Right?
Yeah,
like,
maybe. I don't know.
oh my god.
Yeah.
But I know at one point in your life you moved to overseas.
Yeah.
Were you still doing music at that point?
Yeah, I mean, I did. Like, so I got married, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So, like, and I went to Germany, to Heidelberg, Germany. And,
dope.
yeah, it was kind of cool, man. It was a totally different.
What was it like over there?
Like, no holds barred. Like, you could do anything. Like, yeah, I was a big drink. I drank, you know what I'm saying? I like to
Yeah.
party, have fun. So, like, the only place you couldn't drink was driving the damn car, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, pretty much it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But, like, I did some barracks parties, and, but, like, over there, like, they're, like, big on underground. Like, they're big on B-boy shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, breaking, and, like, it's still very big right now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, so I did that, and I was there for, like, a year. Nothing really came of it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't actually, like, I was doing it, but I wasn't, like,
Fully.
I didn't have the mindset of, like, oh, this is what I want for a career. I was just like, oh, this is awesome, it's fun, I like to scratch, like, the
Yeah.
mix and shit. And, so, like, my wife, she was, like, she got pregnant, and she was like, well, I'm going back to the States, and I was like, I don't want to go.
Like, I like it here.
Because I dug it, you know what I'm saying? I had, like, you know what I'm saying? My friend Fuchs was there, man. It was like, it's just a great place, man. Very relaxed. I had a job at the PX. It was
Yeah.
like a grocery store. You know what I'm saying? I was stocking shelves and
I
shit,
feel
man.
you.
Yeah, it was
That's
cool.
cool.
Yeah, it was very
dream.
cool.
Would you
man.
go back if you had the opportunity?
Yeah, I would. I think like music over there, man, is like people show a lot more love and they appreciate it more than here in the States. Not to say that they don't appreciate it here, man. It's just kind of like
Oversaturated here.
thank you, man.
Yeah.
I agree,
course.
man.
What
I
year?
agree.
What years were you over there?
I was over 97 to early 97 to 98, 99 when I first, you know, what I'm saying when I came back,
Yeah.
and yeah. So when I came back, like me and my wife, we got a house, and you know, what I'm saying, obviously we had our kids and stuff like that, and she's like, she wanted me to be this, like, you know, this family guy, and I'm like downstairs, like, I need to build a studio, you know what I'm saying? I need my tables, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and she was like, you know what I'm saying, your priorities aren't straight. And
Yeah.
I'm like, kind of fell apart. And then, like, she kind of, like, she went this way, I went this way. And then, like, that's where I met Money.
Yeah.
And,
Oh yeah.
yeah, so, like, that's
That's
so,
your guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He definitely motivated me to do something bigger and better than what I was doing. Or took it to a different level, you know what I'm saying?
Dude, how many, like, it's like we all need people in our lives like that. And whether you know it or not, you were one of those people for me. Because I started rapping, and, like, but nobody around, no offense, my family, but, like, at the time, it's like nobody really is telling you, like, you can do this.
Right,
People
right,
were like,
right.
oh, this is great. You're good. But you were like, no, you need to do this. Like, you
Yeah.
could do this. And I can remember you being like, just giving me talks like, sure, are you serious about this or not? And I'm like, yeah, I'm serious. And you're like, because, like, this is something that you could really do if you wanted to. And I was like, damn, there's nobody else telling me that serious. Like, sitting me down being like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
I'm saying, I mean, you hear something, man. You're just kind of like, for me personally, I was like, yo, she's dope. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and like, obviously, you came from, like, you know what I'm saying? Your peoples did music as well, like,
Yeah.
not on a level like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like kind of like the underground, like, we had to hang in the mic and shit from the rapper and stuff.
God,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? It was- But yeah, I mean, I can remember obviously, like, we did the show in Ohio.
Oh,
and,
God,
like,
yeah.
Like, I'm sitting, like, I'm in a hotel.
Well, that was the first performance I ever
Yeah,
did.
it was the
I told
first
you guys about
performance,
it.
man.
Yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead. Yeah.
So, like, it was our first performance and stuff like that. Like, I was in Ohio. I mean, I'm in my room and shit, and, like, I'm, like, sitting there on the bed just kind of like this, dude, and, like, it's so sorry, man. So Mr. Cheeks is, like, just sitting there with me, like, we're kind of, like, beside each other. Like I'm working on his like show mix and stuff like that, and like you and your mom and was it Sadie?
Kay, and Kay was there.
They just like
Ashley,
came
yeah.
in and we're like, hey, what's up? And like, Cheeks there like, yo, son, yeah. He's like, we're puffing, you know what I'm saying? Like this. He's like, y'all want some?
Yeah.
Kind of like,
Cheeks.
y'all are just like there, like,
I'm like, nah, I'm good.
what's going on? Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Dude, in the maybe 18, like I probably shouldn't have been in that club, but it was all good.
It's very weird. And the crazy thing was like, so like we got done. It's like we went to the show and stuff. Like and when I was in there, like because I DJ'd for like an hour before, you know what I'm saying, anybody went on and shit. And like obviously she was open up, and it was so fucking hot in there, man. I was like, yo, my shit is like. My screen was like in and out, dude. It was so hot, dude. And I told her, I was like, man, I was like, yo, man, y'all need to like put some air conditioning on, open some doors up. And no one listened, obviously. And then the only person that got to perform was her. You know what I'm saying? Like
really?
it was crazy.
Everything
Like they did like a acapella thing, man, like with no sound and nothing.
Terrible.
Yeah, it was bad, man.
But he literally was telling them, like, because what happened was, of course, these, they roll up on stage with their whole posse on stage, and it's this little tiny club.
Bro, I look like
stage.
a douchebag, man. Like
And he was like, yo, y'all got to get these people off stage because, like, my stuff is overheating, like. And they're all just like, it's good. And he's back there. I could see it on his face. He's stressed. He's, like, trying to keep the party going, but he's like, this isn't going to be short.
about to shut down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. It was like it was probably like 100 degrees in this like club, man. It was like it was probably about I don't know, like 3 sizes of this or something like that. But yeah, it was cool. At least you got to perform though, man. Like she's the only one that got to perform, man. Yeah, it was lit.
Yeah,
man.
people were going crazy. I was like,
dope,
oh,
man.
I want to do this every day. Like,
Yeah, it was a long drive though to go there for like I know they were. Yeah,
dude, it was fun.
Cheeks wasn't happy with me, man. So,
it
whatever.
happens.
It does happen,
Couldn't
man.
control that.
Yeah.
I mean, I try to control it. You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't listen. You know what I'm saying? Obviously,
So what can I do?
So,
What are some of like? So he was. I mean, to me, he was like famous. I was like, wow.
at that time, he was big. You know what I'm saying? Lights, camera, action. And he's with the Lost Boys. And you know what I mean?
What are some other people that you opened for DJing or like?
There's a lot. So 50, I did at the Tunnel. I don't know if anybody remember the Tunnel.
Yeah.
So I got a story about that too. Like,
yeah.
So like I'm up there like, because I always get promo records and stuff like that. So like he had like Wankster, you know what I'm saying? Like that was his song, you know what I'm saying?
At
like
the time.
Wankster's song, it's like dope. And like I was there, I probably DJing for like an hour, and they're like, 50's in the building. I'm like, cool. So like I got this promo of 50 is like in the club, you know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So I fucking play this shit, dude. And like, seriously, dude, like 20 seconds later, dude, motherfuckers in fucking like bulletproof vests, like, just ripped my needle off my shit, dude. Broke my shit, dude. And just like, no, you can't do this, man. I'm like, I swear to Christ, man. Like, just kind of like Debo, just like, what am I going to do, man? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
50 Cent.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't even him. It was his boys and shit. You know what I'm
They
saying?
were like,
I was
nah.
like, holy shit, man. I'm like, I want to say something. You know what I mean? And so they kind of like backed us up, and then they're like, then they introduced him, and then his boys came up, put their NPC, and they started doing their show. Yeah. So it was fucked up, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So it was like I don't know what the bad thing was. You know what I'm saying? Like I was trying to like
get them ready
50's
for
here, you know what
you.
I'm saying? Here's this new shit. Like I didn't know that's like your new single. You know what I'm saying?
That you haven't dropped yet.
Yeah, it's a promo record, man. It wasn't like, you know what I mean? It wasn't a
feel
white
it.
label. You know what I mean? But
I feel you. That's crazy. That's wild.
yeah. So him. So Mr. Cheeks, I did 50. I did Dougie Fresh, Trina. I did T.I. and Memphis Bleak and Platinum in D.C. I see. I did a show with Bone Crusher. We had this little club. It was called The Drink. I don't know if anybody remembers that.
Oh my,
it's like
yeah.
This place called Champs. So
yeah.
like, it's a little, probably twice as this, man. So like Bone Crusher is there, right? You know what I'm saying? You know, he just came off like I think he got hurt or something like that from something Fit Club or something like that from VH1. So this big dude is like the DJ booth's like this, man. Like he's here, I'm here, like I'm trying to do my thing. He's like 2 bottles of Patron and shit, just sitting there, dude. Like
yeah.
And, like I'm like cool. And like this dude gets so. No, I'm like I'm kind of like starstruck myself too. But I'm like, dude, I need room to fucking perform, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this motherfucker gets so fucking lit. Like he didn't even get on stage to perform. He like just like stood up in the DJ booth and then outside of the club. Like, yeah. And so like, at the end of the night, man, like I've drank probably like, cause he was sharing the Patron with me and shit, like maybe a quarter of the bottle of one.
Yeah.
He like almost finished the second one and shit. Like this motherfucker, like he gets up, like one step, dude.
Oh,
Man.
Yeah, security helped him up. This dude was fucked up.
oh my god.
I ain't never scared.
Oh yeah, you're right, dude. On the floor, you know what I'm saying? He's scared of the floor.
Yeah, dude.
That's
That's
crazy.
But it's so
Dang.
weird because like so close quarters, and you're like, I see this dude on TV, man. It's
Yeah.
He's
like,
right next to me.
yeah, but like it's like just they're people just like us. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Just like they
Yeah.
just made a name for themselves, and like you know what I mean. People put them on a higher echelon, and you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying. But like, yeah. So him, who else, man? A lot
A lot of
that?
people.
Who's that? Yeah,
Uh,
Jada, Styles P. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a lot of pictures with them guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like it's crazy because like most of the concerts were like in Martinsburg, West Virginia, man.
People don't even know they're
and
not
like,
hip.
they're like, what is Martinsburg? Like they would say like, oh yeah, it's Virginia, because they think like
Oh.
West Virginia is just the west of Virginia. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's hilarious.
No,
Yeah, it
Geography.
is, man. It is
Dude.
weird, man. A lot of artists, man. Like you know Pinky? She's a porn star, man.
I never heard of her.
Really? Yeah, she's
She's got some music out.
Oh,
just yeah. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah,
man. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
crazy.
I seen
But-
the look on your face.
Yeah, dude, she has a fat butt. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's pretty
like
much what it
that.
is. You know what I'm saying? That people love that. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, like so mostly like I don't know, man. Like DJing to me is like people like, hey man, yeah, oh we got this show coming up, man. You want to DJ? I'm like, yeah, of course, man. Like I'm like whatever, man. Like
Yeah.
I just want to be there. It's like I love music because like when I have no set list when I play, man. I'm just like.
Feeling it.
I'm just like, ooh, wait, what are these? Oh, yeah, I want to make motherfuckers fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll pull it out. You know what I'm saying?
like I
give
know.
you a buck,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Yeah, so like,
yeah. It's cool. It's really cool. It's cool to see. So I can remember being able to go to these places and like Rodney's DJing and like be in the booth. You know what I'm saying? I always felt like I was cool. I was like, oh yeah, I'm up here. You know what I mean?
oh, Tabby Bonet. Remember we did a
Yeah,
Tabby
we
Bonet
did do
show?
Tabby Bonet,
Yeah.
And like, I remember one time it was like, you're like, all right, I'm gonna teach you. I'm gonna let you do this. I'm gonna let you. I was like, nope, because there was a packed out club. He's like, get in here, store, get on the tables. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, because it's nothing to me. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Who
I was
cares? You know what
like,
saying?
I'm
It's
gonna
like,
mess
you're not-
this up. Everybody's
What's the
gonna be-
worst thing you're gonna do? Sound like the other guy they couldn't get? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
crap, dude. You know
I
what I'm
was
saying?
like, oh my gosh.
yeah, it was dope, man.
How did you get all those gigs?
I mean, I think it's like more of like I think it's more of like people just knew my skill and stuff like that. Because obviously when people like if you would just like face value me like, hey yo, this dude DJs, man.
They were like, fuck out of here, yeah.
God, this guy. Man.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, right. But I think it's just word of mouth, man. Like they would just like, yo, this dude's dope. You know what I'm saying? Like
That's
who would just
dope.
put me on? Yeah. There's a lot of promoters, different things going on. Like at that time, like
Yeah.
I don't know how Martinsburg is now. Like
Yeah.
I really don't like Martinsburg. I think it's like dirty as shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
It's making a comeback, though.
yeah.
I think it is.
Is it?
Slowly but surely.
Like what do you mean, like club music wise, or just like as
Club
a, like
music-wise. Not
okay.
no, there's roads and
yeah.
a
It's
lot of
like they're
epidemics in
roads.
Martinsburg.
Yeah, I see a lot of things, man. I wish my eyes didn't see when I like go down like King Street or Winchester
King
Ave.
Street. Everybody knows King Street.
Yeah.
That's
Ooh.
crazy.
Yeah.
Well, how did you? So DJing was obviously a huge part of your life. How did you move in from DJing to actually like recording artists and mixing? You know what I mean, doing that kind of thing. Was that
Like
something you
engineering and
always?
stuff
Yeah,
like that?
engineering. Like, did you always do that?
Yeah, I mean, I dabbled and stuff like that. But, like, I had a couple people like they would perform before the you know what I'm saying, the actual artists and stuff like that, like that I knew, and like I would record them and stuff like that. I had like Acid, I don't know,
Oh
Acid
yeah,
program,
yeah,
like
for sure.
yeah. So like just like really like cheap minded stuff, man. It didn't sound great at all. It was just kind of like, you know.
I feel you.
And then like I did that for a while, man. I really wasn't into it as much as like I am now, but I
Yeah.
I think when I took a break, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, and then came back, because I took a break for like a couple years because I was like so burnt out on music, man. I was like,
Yeah.
it was just like DJing thing. I was like, oh, dude, I don't want to be the 40-year-old fucking DJ. Like,
Yeah,
it's like
no,
no
I
one
feel
wants to be
you.
the 40-year-old virgin. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be the gray-haired guy still DJing and
Yeah, I
shit.
feel
And
you.
then there's guys I personally know that still do that, and they're like,
Killing
Very
it.
successful. Yeah.
and they're doing it. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, I'm
Yeah, it
not
wasn't
that
your
guy. You know
thing.
what I'm saying? No. I'd rather be like this guy. You know what I'm saying? I want to be behind
Behind
the
the
boards and
scenes.
stuff like that. I want to make, you know what I'm saying, do your thing. I want to make it sound sweet. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I want to make it, you know what I'm saying? So I took a break for like, I don't know, it's probably like 4 or 5 years, man. Just because I was just so burnt out. I was like, just burnt, you know what I'm saying? Like, I
Yeah.
had no input. Like, I didn't
Yeah.
want to do it no more, man.
Yeah.
And then I came back and I was like, you know what, man? I was like, on Kent Street, you know what I'm saying? Because we're at 109 South Kent Street right now. We was across the street in Dirt. I don't know if y'all know this guy, man, but he got me. He's like, hey, man, let's record some stuff. I'm like, all right, cool, man. Like, I still have my original shit. And we started recording, and, like, it was okay. I was like, man, but it doesn't sound like everybody else's stuff. And then, like, I just took initiative to, like, you know what, man, I had a great job, like, doing fiber optics and stuff. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take a big chunk of money and, like, invest in some, like, real equipment, you know what I'm saying? And, like, actually, like, put it into effect, man. Like, I was like, I'm gonna give this shit, like, 1 more year. Like, if something happens out of it, cool. If not, then I'm gonna give it up, you know what I'm saying?
I
And,
feel
like,
you.
So, like, yeah. But it's cool, man. I think anybody should take a break from something, like, you know, because, like, once you're investing in something, man, and, like, things are going great, like, you just get spent, you know what I'm saying? Like, I
Yeah.
don't know, man. Maybe not. Maybe some people are just, like, creativity-wise, they're just, like, they keep going and going and going. Man.
Nah.
Like, me, I'm, like, I just get to a point where I'm, like, it's just stale.
need a break,
Like,
yeah.
I need to do something else, man. And then, like, once I'm doing that, I'm like, oh, shit. You know what I
Go
mean?
back to
Like
this.
inspires you in a different type
Yeah,
of way.
man. And, so, like, you know, I spent the money and I doing it, and, like, now it's, like, the quality of the sound's better because, like, obviously, you know what I'm saying, you know, that's
You
one thing in
invested in
life.
it.
You like when you invest in, like, obviously equipment. You know what I'm saying? Cameras, you know,
Mics.
dolls, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Digital audio workstations, man. You know, you could be at one level here with shitty equipment, and you could still be at the same level and have better equipment, and you sound totally better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know,
I
what
feel
and I
you.
just like I just started, like, you know, YouTube and shit. Like, I bought a couple tutorials and stuff like that. Just, like, you know, figured about plugins and, like, you know what I'm saying, how shit works. And I just, like, I don't know, man, it just rejuvenated me. Like, damn, dude, you know what I'm saying? I still
excited.
have it, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm 43, you know what I'm saying? Like, and, like, most people at 43 are like, shit, they done gave up everything at probably, like, 32. Like, hey,
Yeah.
nothing happened. So, like, why do I want to keep investing time and money into something
this.
that's not going nowhere? And I feel like now I feel like it really doesn't matter if I make it or I don't make it. It's just, like, it makes me feel good. It's just, like, because we do every Friday and Saturday night. He knows, man. Like, every Friday and Saturday night, man, we're just grinding, dude. Even if we make shit, dude. You know what I'm saying? It's like I just wake up, like, the next day and be like, yo, I'm glad I went to the studio, man. Like,
Yeah.
it just gives me, like, a certain sense of, like,
Accomplishment.
yeah,
and, like,
man.
love. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Like
feel you.
Shatora was saying, man, I think you should take a lot more pride in the people that you've touched throughout your life. You know what I'm saying? Because by playing, not touched like physically.
You never
You know what
know.
I'm saying? But
I'm just
Like-
joking. Yeah, I get what you're saying, man.
you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah,
Because,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
By you playing your part, you influence somebody who's ultimately going to go on and influence other people, and it just keeps going. It's kind of like the master and the student, like the dude who taught Bruce Lee. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
Without that guy, there would have been no Bruce Lee.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, like I remember back in the day, we were talking one time. You're like, "Hey, man, I got these plugins. You want them?" I was like, "Yes."
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
gave me all them isotope plugins. and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, man. I was like,
And-
because, you know, I'm like, dude, I spread love. Like, I
Right.
don't hold back shit. Like, I know a lot of people are just kind of like, you know, they do things like, oh, this is mine. You know what I'm saying? If I give it to you, then it's going to, you know what I'm saying? You're going to go beyond me, and I'm
Yeah.
not going to have a
Some hater
job. Like,
shit. Yeah.
I don't like that, man. And, like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, we were so grateful. We thought we were gonna make it after them plugins.
yeah, right?
We're on.
Yeah.
now.
I swear, like once a
Cool,
week,
man.
we're like, this
hopefully
is
you're
it,
still
we're gonna
using
make
them. If not, you know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
have new ones. If you want 'em.
Yeah. He's like, I got you.
Right.
Dude, yeah.
It's cool, man. Hey, I mean, like, even, like, right now, I'm like I don't really think about anybody that I touch, because, like, that's not my thing. It's like, oh yeah, I'm doing this because I want to fucking, you know, I inspired her. Like, I'm taking credit. Like, I'm not out on the street, like, you know, taking credit for, like, this is why she's doing this, or this is why he's this.
Yeah.
Totally not. Yeah.
No, it's just like, dude, I'm just like, I love music, man. I've been doing it, and, you know what I'm saying? It just happens that way, and you're like, you know what I'm saying?
Just be
It's
yourself.
just life, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go through it, man, and, like, at the end of it, hopefully, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, man, it was great. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And somebody will thank you and acknowledge and
Yeah,
appreciate
and if you don't thank me, I'll be like, you know what? She or he or he, she, or you know,
Whatever.
You know it.
Shim, there you go. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be in their brain, you know what I'm saying? It's
Exactly.
cool, man. Yeah.
For sure.
Can't
For
take it
sure.
away.
Yeah. It's
For
cool,
sure.
man. No doubt, man.
To shout out your merch too. I like the twin.
Oh,
logo,
yeah,
by
yeah,
the way.
yeah.
And then shout that out. Give
Yeah.
Jeremiah a shout
So
out.
What you
yeah,
got?
my boy Doc, man, you know what I'm saying? 540.
There you
You know what
go.
I'm saying? Yeah, so, you know what I'm saying?
You
Twin
got these
loops.
patches.
He did, like, I didn't do any of these, man. It's like, it's like Jeremiah,
Uh-huh.
Lando. I want to big
Yeah.
up to Lando, man. He's in the hospital right now, man. Big up Lando, man. Hope you're feeling better, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like,
They all put that stuff together, yeah.
Yeah, they did all this stuff because I'm just like, I'm about music. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you want to come do music? Put it down, dude. I'll make it sweet. I'll fucking make it sound as good as I can possibly make it sound. Like,
Yeah.
But I'm not like, I'm not like pushing that on social media and all that. Like, that's
Yeah.
not me. You know what I'm saying? I just, there's too many goddamn, you know what I'm saying, chiefs. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
feel you.
I'm an Indian in a big fucking pack. You know what I'm saying? Everybody
Yeah.
just plays their part, dude, and everything
feel
will
you.
work well, man. You know
I
what I'm
feel
saying?
you. You always
So-
talk about that.
Yeah.
Always.
Play. We all play our
it's
part.
very
yeah.
true, man. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
agree, man. Like, I think just play your part. You know what I'm saying? Like, 'cause you know what I'm saying? You could be the jack of all trades. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm the master of one at all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know a lot of things, but I know what my main intention and main focus and like that's what I do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you come to the studio.
Oh,
so
yeah.
like we're just like,
Dude, we
It's
sat
just-
down last night for
I gotta
say
2
that, man.
hours.
yeah, you should, man. I mean,
I
it's
really
cool.
would like to come.
Yeah. And like it's cool because I know Wope's doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? That's why I don't like to like put it out there like, come to my studio 'cause, like, I know
Yeah, for
it's
sure.
y'all that's y'all's crew and stuff. Like I'm not like, yo, come to my stuff.
Yeah.
It's better because I'm not that dude. I'm like, yo, it's just dope.
Yeah.
I'm dope as
Change
well.
is always good too.
Yeah, it
you know
is
what I'm
because you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, shit gets stale along the track. You know what I'm saying? Like you need to like go off a little bit. and
Mix
you
it
come
up.
back.
Switch it up. You know?
Collab with
I
everybody.
agree,
Bring
man.
everybody
Helps your
together.
creativity when you switch it up.
I think
For
so, man.
sure.
Because like for me, like a lot of people they'll record and stuff like that, and they're just like they want to record, and it's just like a dope lyricist, and like obviously you can just put this plug in on and just you can make it sound great, and that's fine. You know what I'm saying? But like if somebody wants to come in, like they want to sing, if they want a little auto tune out, like T-Pain, you know what I'm saying? But like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, or they want different things, you know what I'm saying, different aspects or different artifacts to their, you know what I'm saying, to their music, and like I can do that, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I like doing that. Like
Yeah.
a lot of my old heads, you know what I'm saying? Like I ain't gonna say who they are, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But they like their old school music and shit like that. And
Yeah.
that's what they do and shit like that. I like new school music. I like the beats and like the production of it. A lot of the lyrics and the content of it, dude, is fucking garbage to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's all, but I'm saying 80% of it now, dude. I think it's garbage. You know what I'm saying?
The stuff
and there's
that's
like
out.
20%. Like I like J. Cole. I like, you know what I'm saying? Kendrick Lamar. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
Toby. I don't know if you ever heard Toby, man.
No.
Yeah, check Toby out, dude. He's
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
dope, man. So like I like that, and like I hear that sound. I'm like, man, dude, like how the fuck did they get their voice
they
to sound
get
like
it?
that? Yeah, dude. I'm sitting here like mixing and matching plugins, put them in different orders. Like
Until
I'm
your
like,
eyes bleed.
yeah, exactly, dude. Like
Yeah.
I'm like saucy drunk, like. But the best
Try
time,
again
the
tomorrow.
best things happen when I'm like totally like just blitzed out of my mind.
Really?
Which I'm not.
Yeah. I
I'm not
feel you.
saying, dude,
Do
get blitzed
that.
out of your mind. Dude, you make
Yeah,
the best
yeah.
fucking, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
product. Yeah, that's just as me.
I
That's how
feel
I
you.
work, man. And yeah, I'll just sit there and like, and I'll figure it out, man. I'm like, damn, dude, that's dope, man. Like,
Yeah.
and I'll incorporate it, like, whoever comes to, I'm like, yeah, I can do that. I can do that. You know what I mean?
Easy, yeah.
Very,
'Cause
very
you've
cool.
played
Very cool
with it
shit,
for
man. Yeah,
hours.
like I'm sure you do the same thing, man. Like you probably like experiment with different plugins and you know what I mean? Yeah.
Different
It's cool
stuff for
having different
videos.
artists. I can only imagine you doing it, like, because you learn something new from everybody who steps into your studio. You know what I'm
Of
saying?
course, yeah, because like like I say, my people, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Phil's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey.
Phil's Element, man, yeah.
Yeah.
Craig, Flu, you know what I'm saying? Dirt. But like they got their thing and that's cool, you know what I'm saying? Like but I like when somebody comes in and like gives me a challenge, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, my shit sound like this. I'm like, well, I never did that, man, but I would love to dig into
wanna
that,
figure
man.
it
I'm
out.
figuring that out, dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna
Yeah.
make that
Fuck
shit
yeah.
sound good, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So-
do the same thing with videos. Someone's like, I want to try this. All right, let's try it. You know,
Yeah,
I'll figure it out.
because what would happen if you said, "Oh no, you just stuck with your platform"?
Right.
You would just come irrelevant, dude.
and
You know
it's,
what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
it's so
Because-
much fun learning new stuff too.
Thank
like,
you,
in the
man.
end,
Yeah,
it's like-
and I don't think some people are like, they'd be like, "Oh, it's a sellout," or you know what I'm saying, or you're moving on, or you're not us no more. Like I don't believe that. I'm saying like if personally me, dog. if you ain't doing this, if you ain't got no slope up in life, man, I don't want to fuck with you, man. Cause like
Right.
I like energy. You know what I'm saying? I move off energy. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that's what make the world go around, bro. Like you know what I'm
100%.
saying? If you're negative, dude, I don't want to be around you because you're gonna fucking just slow my vibe down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
So that's how I
Outside.
work, man.
Dude, thank you so much for coming
No
in.
doubt, man. I
Appreciate
appreciate
you,
y'all guys, man. No
Of
doubt.
course.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah,
Keep
bro.
doing your thing.
No doubt.
Make sure you guys check him out, Twin Loopz, on all the social medias. We're going to plug his stuff up below.
Bing, bing, bing.
We'll see you guys next episode. Peace.
Cool.